Hi everyone, Meta Anime here. Hope you are doing well. Today I'm going to tell the story of a film called Summer Wars. This film is a story about a social network and a stranger's connection with a strange family. From this film, we can also see what would happen to the world if everything can be controlled virtually. It was released in 2009 and was written and directed by Satoko Okudera and Mamoru Hosoda. They were famous for their previous work, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, which was released in 2006. Before we go, this video contains spoilers. So please take this warning for those that haven't watched this movie yet. So without further ado, here's the recap of Summer Wars. Oz is a virtual world that can be accessed by anyone in the world. It can be accessed through various devices such as computers, mobile phones, and even gaming consoles. Here, everyone is represented through an avatar that is unique to each and every user. This avatar holds all the personal information of its user and can have as much authority in real life as its user. Through this world of Oz, users can do various things such as shopping, socializing with other users from all around the world using automatic translation, and many other things. With its business support and services, companies and even the government set their offices inside Oz. This allows users more versatility to do various tasks in Oz that can directly impact the real world. Since the avatar holds all the personal information of its user, it also has much authority in real life as its user. This world of Oz is protected by its guardian angels called John and Yoko. Basically, this world of Oz is almost like the world of Metaverse that was proposed by Mark Zuckerberg. The scene continues to show two avatars that look like a monkey and a mouse currently working inside the Oz. The mouse avatar was seen as disappointed with the fact that he failed to represent Japan in the International Math Olympics. Suddenly in real life, a girl named Natsuki came into their room, which apparently is inside a school. She was looking for someone that will do a part-time job. At first, the two of them refused because they already have part-time work in Oz, but changed their mind when they know that all they have to do is accompany her back to her hometown. Natsuki then only took the boy who owned the mouse avatar named Kenji because she only need one person. The next scene shows a bunny avatar called King Kazuma fighting and winning against all other avatars in the so-called Oz World Championship. Kenji and Natsuki then went together on a train to Ueda, which is Natsuki's hometown. Inside the train, Kenji showed his mathematical prowess by calculating the day Natsuki was born from her birthday. On their way to Natsuki's house, they met several of Natsuki's relatives that are also coming home. They then arrived at Natsuki's grandmother's house, which is a huge traditional Japanese house. Apparently, Natsuki is a descendant of an ancient honored clan that has a long history spanning to the Japanese ancient warring time called the Junoiki clan. All the relatives gather to celebrate their oldest grandmother's birthday. The two of them then met Natsuki's grandmother. Suddenly Natsuki told her grandmother that Kenji is her boyfriend and fiancé. This made Natsuki's grandmother and Kenji very shocked. Kenji then had to play along with Natsuki's sudden plan to make her grandmother happy. The next scene shows a dining table full of Natsuki's relatives having dinner while chatting with each other and welcoming Kenji. It beautifully shows the warm dynamics of the very big family with a very long history of having dinner together. At night, Kenji was seen lost in the big house trying to find a toilet. While searching, he met another one of Natsuki's relatives who is a boy playing on a computer alone inside a dark room. The boy then told Kenji the direction to the toilet, then continued to play. After that, the whole family was shocked by the appearance of someone called Wabasuke who seemed to be hated by the whole family except Natsuki. Apparently, he is the son of the grandfather's mistress. He went to America after selling the grandmother's certificate to a mountain. After dinner, Wabasuke and Natsuki played a Japanese traditional card game together. Natsuki seemed to really like Wabasuke and act as if Kenji was not there. It seemed so sad to be Kenji at that time. During the night, Kenji that couldn't sleep got a mail on his phone from a mysterious sender. The mail is filled with what seemed like a random arrangement of numbers. The curious Kenji, who thought that it was a puzzle, tried to solve it with his mathematical prowess. He then managed to solve the puzzle in a relatively short time and sent the solution back to the sender. In the morning, two little boys who were Natsuki's relatives woke Kenji up and dragged him to the TV. The news on the TV said that Oz had been suffered a cyber attack and apparently the culprit was Kenji's avatar, and so, Kenji is suspected to be the culprit. All the activities in Oz got messed up, which affected all aspects of real life from shopping to business. The panicked Kenji tried to log into his account but failed. He then tried to find the boy with the computer to borrow his computer so that he can log in. Kenji's friend called Sakuma, who is the owner of the monkey avatar previously seen before, then called Kenji. He told Kenji that Oz's security, which is protected by an encrypted 2056-digit code, was deciphered by someone in one night. It was Kenji who deciphered the code and sent it to the mysterious sender. The next scene showed the disordered Oz with Kenji's mouse avatar in the middle of it controlling other people's avatars. It was shown that the mouse avatar can steal other people's avatars and control them. Using a borrowed squirrel avatar, Kenji tried to persuade him to stop doing this but was attacked by the mouse's avatar. Suddenly King Kazuma came and beat the mouse character up. Apparently, the boy in the room is the owner of the King Kazuma avatar and is called Kazuma. But in the middle of the fight, Kazuma is interrupted by the two little boys that suddenly came and caused the mouse avatar to escape King Kazuma's grip and steal more avatars. After stealing more avatars, the mouse avatar evolved into a huge godlike avatar that is way stronger than before. He then easily beat King Kazuma up due to the power-up. Kenji then saved King Kazuma from being stolen by the new god avatar. After that, it was revealed that Kenji's old avatar was hijacked by an AI released by the US military called the Love Machine. In the living room, the whole family was dumbfounded by the news that Kenji was the culprit that caused chaos in Oz. Kenji was then arrested by Shota, one of Natsuki's relatives who is a cop. Shota then takes Kenji to the police station using his car. Inside Oz, Love Machine was seen unlocking the access to the whole of Oz's infrastructure. He messed up the whole system managing Japan, such as GPS, train line, cable line, and so many more, and caused so much trouble in real life. Due to the traffic jam caused by Love Machine messing with the traffic system, Kenji and Shota went back home using a motorcycle. The grandmother who saw this messed up situation then decided to take an action. She took her telephone and a very thick book. She called her grandchildren currently working in important units such as firefighter unit and emergency unit to encourage them. She even called the higher-ups from Japan's important government units such as the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport, and Tourism, the Fire and Disaster Management Agency, etc. She was even directly talking to the Superintendent General. During the phone call, she kept motivating them by telling them to never give up and saying that they can definitely do it. Slowly the order was restored because of the hard work of the people, and Kenji managed to solve another encryption which gave him and other avatars in Oz access again. It was then revealed that there are 55 people in the world who also solved the encryption last night, but Kenji's not one of them because of a typo in the last word. This cleared Kenji's name from the accusation. Due to the restored order, more family members managed to come home at the night and they all had dinner together. During the dinner, Wabasuk told Kenji and the others that they can't beat Love Machine and revealed that he was one of Love Machine's developer. Wabasuk told Grandma that he did it to gain money back so that he can repay her. But this enraged Grandma, who tried to kill him instead. This made Wabasuk leave the house in the middle of the night. After dinner, Grandma played the Hanafuda card game with Kenji. Grandma said that if she wins, Kenji must take good care of Natsuki, even though Grandma already knows that Natsuki asked Kenji to pretend to be her fiancé. And in the end, Grandma won against Kenji and ended it with a smile. In the morning, everyone rushed around the Grandma's room to see her worsened condition. She died surrounded by her family members inside her room. Due to the chaos in the Oz system, Grandma's health monitoring system was interrupted and first aid couldn't be given to her. Because of this, Kenji and Natsuki's uncles devised a plan to defeat Love Machine so that this will not happen again to anyone. They spread out preparing for the plan. Uncle Tasuke brought a supercomputer from his electronic store. Uncle Mansuk brought his fishing boat which act as the power source. And the other uncle who works in the military brought a jeep with a military-grade antenna module from Japan's Self-Defense Force military base. The preparation ends with the blocks of ice to cool the supercomputer down. After everything is ready, King Kazuma then sent an invitation to Love Machine to start a fight. Love Machine, who accepted King Kazuma's invitation, then came and they both have a rematch. King Kazuma had the upper hand and beat Love Machine up. Love Machine then tried to escape and use his controlled avatars to attack King Kazuma. King Kazuma was then saved by Uncle Mansuk, who used his avatar through a retro gaming console. Thanks to the time he bought, King Kazuma was able to escape and trick the Love Machine into a trap room that they had prepared before. After Love Machine is trapped, Natsuki's uncles then filled the room with water to make Love Machine drown. But suddenly their trap crumbled little by little due to the supercomputer overheating. The idiot Shota has apparently moved the ice from the computer to Grandma's room to cool her room. In the end, Love Machine escaped and took the form of a giant combined form of avatars. He then took out King Kazuma in just one hit. In real life, the angry Kazuma then hit Shota's face after being ridiculed by Shota the idiot. Upon seeing the monitor back, the clock in Oz suddenly changed into a countdown and showed pictures of nuclear power plants around the world. Love Machine then redirects one of Japan's satellites to hit one of the power plants, and that countdown is showing the time before the satellite hit the Earth. Seeing that, Kazuma got very angry and tried to attack Love Machine again, but was beaten up easily and consumed by Love Machine. Love Machine's form then changed into the form of a godlike bunny. The whole family who was in the living room then know of the real terror of Love Machine. Natsuki then called Wabasuk, telling him that grandma is gone. Hearing it, the shocked Wabasuk then rushed immediately back home. Upon hearing grandma's last letter telling them to stay calm, they then all joined together to have lunch with Wabasuk, who went home in such a chaotic state. The time shows 1 more hour before the satellite hit the Earth. While having lunch, they discussed the strategy to beat Love Machine. Wabasuk planned to break Love Machine's programming down internally, and Kenji proposed to challenge Love Machine to a Hanafuda card game, knowing that Love Machine loves playing games and will accept the challenge. Natsuki then represents the whole family in challenging Love Machine in the game. She bet her family's 20 accounts so that she can take Love Machine's stolen accounts. As Natsuki keep winning the game, she gained more and more accounts, and the bet also increases. But, the unfocused Natsuki lost a match against Love Machine and was left with 74 accounts. With the number of accounts available, she cannot continue the match due to the already high bet. Suddenly, all the people around the world who are watching her match approached her and offer her to use their account for the match. Natsuki also received a new skin for her avatar from Oz's Guardians. She then bet all of the accounts she have into one final match and finally stripped Love Machine of all the stolen accounts. The countdown finally came to a stop. But while they were celebrating, suddenly the countdown started again, and this time the satellite is targeting their home. Love Machine still has control over the satellite. The whole family started to panic and immediately try to evacuate from the house. But Kenji never gave up. In one final fight, Kenji tried to take over the system controlled by Love Machine by solving the 2056-digit encryption. He solved it in a short time but was immediately locked out again by Love Machine. Kenji then tried to solve it again and was locked out again. The third time, Kenji managed to do an incredible thing by doing the calculation inside his head. When Love Machine tried to lock him out again, King Kazuma rushed to him to immediately punch him. Upon receiving King Kazuma's punch, Love Machine was completely destroyed because Wabasuk had weakened him beforehand. And finally, the satellite's coordinate was changed and redirected from their house. The satellite fell near their house and the impact surfaced a hot spring from inside the ground. In the end, the whole family celebrated Grandma's birthday and funeral with a lot of other people attending in front of their ruined house due to the impact of the satellite. The film ends with Wabasuk surrendering to the authorities and Natsuki kissing Kenji while being pushed by the whole family. So that concludes the recap of Summer Wars. What do you guys think? This film is very personal to me as it is one of my very first anime movies and I really liked it. It beautifully presented the warm family dynamic and some geeky sci-fi, which is personally very fascinating to me. I can watch it many times and not get bored of it. The film is very pleasing to watch with a very light-hearted story and very interesting sci-fi comedy aspects. It also has amazing animation and a very good fight scene which made it even more enjoyable. At the same time, it also reminds us of the dangerous aspect of the virtual world and how we really need to be more careful with our data and cybersecurity as it can impact our real life greatly. Overall, I really recommend you to watch this film and it will remain one of my favorite anime movies of all time. Please tell us what you think through the comments section. If you like this content, please leave us a like and share them with your friends. Thank you for watching, until we see you again.